Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to Al Sirat Digital Learning Update. This past week, we have seen many creative digital content videos by our colleagues. I would like to acknowledge these teachers who have come forward. From my conversation with some of the teachers, many of them have mentioned that initially they were scared and overly conscious of being recorded in front of the camera. However, many also shared that they forget about all these feelings the moment they started recording. To all these teachers, I would like to acknowledge your efforts for stepping forward regardless of the circumstances. Well done. We also have enthusiastic teachers who enjoyed being in the limelight and kept coming back for more recording sessions. To this group of teachers, a big thank you for your passion and also for the fact that your efforts are in the best interest of your students. Let's continue to spread this passion and enthusiasm to all our staff. Change is never easy, and it takes time for us to make the adjustments. Rest assured that as a school, we will be supporting everyone in this endeavor. Okay, let's move on to our online update. The first video that we will be watching today is an instructional video for our secondary PE lesson. Today, we will have Mr. David Kinsella showing us how he uses the green screen to teach his students basic cricket skills. Let's have a look.
So welcome to Al Sirat Cricket Academy. Today we're going to have a virtual lesson on taking guard and trigger movements in the batting stance. So here we can see Jonathan Trott, an ex-England player, taking guard. He's probably taking guard on his leg stump as a right-hand batsman, and he's marking the ground with his spikes, just so there is a line there, so he knows where his stance setup is. So remember, we have the leg, the middle, and the off stump. He's probably taking a guard on leg or middle, or it could even be middle and leg in between. He does a bit of guard and he makes sure he's mentally prepared. But look at where his stance is. His front foot is on the batting crease. Okay, so that's the white line you see going across the pitch. And his trigger movement, as they call it, is moving forward to the ball. So front foot is on that line. Let's call it middle stump or middle leg. And he moves forward, moving the back foot forward and taking another step forward with the front foot. This is helping him to be prepared to move to hit the ball. So the ball's coming down at him at around 140 kilometres per hour, so he has to be ready to move. You see there he's had to duck a short ball and be in a nice balanced position. So his feet are slightly wider than his shoulder width, but he moves that back foot forward, steps forward with the front foot. Now we're going to see a left-hand batsman come in now, so it's Alastair Cook, and he's going to take guard on his leg stump. So you can see that there is a big gap between the guards, or taking guard from the right-hander to the left-hander. So he marks the pitch, but there's a big difference in his stance setup here. His back foot is near the batting crease, so he's a lot further forward towards the bowler, but he actually moves back. So back foot on the crease line, he moves back and across his stumps. So he probably moves from leg stump to around middle and off. So he knows where this off stump is in case he wants to leave the ball. So it just goes to show that there are two different ways of setting up in the crease, different guards that you can take, and different trigger movements that you can do before facing the ball. It's what works best for you. Both of these batsmen are very successful batsmen, but they do things completely differently when facing bowling. Alright, hope you've learned something there. Thank you for listening. Thank you to the England Cricket Board for the copyright of this footage.
Thank you for the video, Mr. Kinsella. The idea in this video is to get our students to watch this prior to the lesson. During class time, Mr. Kinsella will actually save time from reteaching this concept. In fact, his students will already be able to have a go at this practice. More time during the lesson will then be spent practicing the skills and for the students to get better at this. Let's move on. This week is Literacy Week. Over the past few days, many teachers from primary school have been preparing for Literacy Week activities for their students. A few teams have stepped forward to create digital content videos in relation to this. So we can't have Literacy Week without storytelling. In the next video, I'll be sharing with you how our grade 5 and 6 teachers use storytelling to teach our students key literacy skills like making a prediction. Let's have a look at the video.
Boys and girls, today is a wonderful day because we have something special for you. We're gonna first read a book, one of my favorite books as a little boy. I was a little wee toddler and I love this book and I want to share it with you guys today. Now, but before I share this book, I need to tell you something. Sometimes authors may write books and they don't tell you everything you need to know. You've got to be a detective. Now, if you know what a detective is, a detective goes, he has a little magnifying glass that I don't have right now, and he goes and he takes a look at things, and sometimes he has to make an inference. It's very important to make an inference. Now, in order for you to make an inference, you've got to look at the pictures sometimes, you've got to look at the text, but not only do you have to do that, the most important thing you must do is focus on your prior knowledge. Now, what is prior knowledge? That's right. Information that you've already known, things that you already know, the experience that you've already had. Take all of those things and you wrap them up together and you make an inference, and then you try to figure out what's going to happen next. This is one of our favorite comprehension strategies when we're using CAFE. And keep that in mind as we read through this book.
A mouse took a stroll through the deep dark wood. A fox saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. "Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come and have lunch in my underground house." "It's terribly kind of you, fox, but no, I'm going to have lunch with a Gruffalo." "A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "A Gruffalo? Why, didn't you know? He has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws." "Where are you meeting him?" "Here by these rocks, and his favorite food is roasted fox." "Roasted fox? I'm off," Fox said. "Goodbye, little mouse," and away he sped. Silly old fox, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo?
Okay, boys and girls, let's stop. Because I want you to remember that we're detectives, and detectives have to make inferences. When they make inferences, they must first take all things into consideration. Let's look at the picture. Look at the owl here and the little mouse. What do you think that owl is going to do to that mouse right now? If you just look at the picture, what do you think is going to happen? Now, I know based on my prior knowledge about owls and mice, I know that owls eat mice. Yeah? I think so. And look at the way he looks. Look at those talons. He's going to look at the eyes. He looks so fierce, like he's going to just grab him and attack him. But the mouse doesn't look so afraid, does he? Look how he's looking. He's all happy. He's smiling. I wonder why. I'm going to make an inference right now. Based on what I already know and based on what the author has given me, I infer that the mouse is not worried because it's something to do with that Gruffalo. How am I going to check? To support with evidence, I'm going to continue to read the story.
On went the mouse through the deep dark wood. An owl saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. "Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come and have tea in my treetop house." "It's frightfully nice of you, owl, but no, I'm going to have tea with a Gruffalo." "A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "A Gruffalo? Why, didn't you know? He has knobbly knees and turned out toes, and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose." "Where are you meeting him?" "Here by the stream, and his favorite food is owl ice cream." "Owl ice cream? To-woo, goodbye, little mouse," and away owl flew. Silly old owl, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo?
Whoa! Now I'm going to check my inference for support and evidence. Now I realized that in the beginning I thought that the owl was going to swarm down and attack that mouse, but he didn't. I wonder why. He did it because for some reason that owl was afraid of that Gruffalo. This is what we do when we read, boys and girls. We make inferences based on what we read in the text, based on the pictures, based on the title, based on everything we've read, but we also do one main thing. We utilize our prior knowledge, things that we already knew about the topic, and then we can continue to infer. Boys and girls, now we've just read a few pages of my very favorite book called The Garofalo. Remember, this is my favorite from all time. Now, what we've noticed in the book was that he had knobbly knees and a turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. But we also don't know what he completely looks like. Now, I want you to infer. So this is going to be your assignment. I want you to go back. I want you to think about everything. Maybe watch the video again. Reflect on everything we've read thus far and tell me, what do you think that Garofalo looks like? When we continue, we'll get an idea.
Thank you to the grade 5 and 6 teachers for this wonderful video. I'm pretty sure our students will enjoy this. As much as we love watching our colleagues acting and presenting in the video, this will also rub on to the students. Our students will be able to relate to this video even more. Now, this is a very simple way to tell a story via the green screen. You will require 2 teachers, one to narrate the story and the other one to explain the instructions and the task. As you can see, the background is simply a scanned copy of the book. The editing for this video is fairly simple and it takes about an hour. It is good to see our teachers coming together to work collaboratively on small projects like this. Through collaboration, you will be able to see that the quality of instructions and resources will improve. Imagine reading this book in front of the class to the students. The effect would not be as impactful as the digital content video that you have just watched. In this video, you can see how energetic Mr. Terence is as he talks to the student. And for Miss Desiree, she sounded like a seasoned storyteller. So today's video is a perfect example of how our teachers can come together to work collaboratively. Yes, it does take a bit of time to coordinate all this. However, nothing will be able to replace the discussion and the conversation that has happened as part of this process. It is only through working together that we will be able to raise the bar and increase the quality of our teaching resources. So thank you to all the teachers who have contributed into this video. I'm 100% sure that every one of them enjoyed the whole process. Behind the scenes, when creating this video, is a whole lot of fun, laughter and jokes. With this, we hope to see more teams coming forward to create your digital content videos. Trust me, it will be worth it. So that's it for today's digital learning update. We focused a bit more on collaboration between teachers. That's because we want to acknowledge and value the effort that our teachers have put in for this course. The teachers are the most important puzzle in all this. Without them, no amount of technology will be able to produce such quality resources. I would like to leave you behind with a quote: "Technology will never replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers is transformational." Assalamualaikum.